What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday night. I wasn't planning on streaming today, but I was able to pick up a nice little I guess treat for myself. I treated myself. I went and got myself the Orc boarding patrol party for the new 10th edition, which I'm very excited to kind of open up and check out. The main reason why we bought this box was the Beastnaga Boys, which I love, and I was looking for it. But I also wanted to round out my list a little bit, so we also get the Flash Gits and Commandos, and the new named character, Boss Snickrot, which I think will be the first model out of this box that we build. The main thing I wanted was the Beastnaga Boys, and I'm excited for those. But they're all very great, very useful. I have a kill team. Okay, I can use the commandos for kill team, which is nice. So I have a kill team. I have boys, because the Beastnaga Boys could be boys. So I'm very, very excited. I think this is a wonderful purchase. I like how they seem to have kind of grabbed some of the base units and made a box that seems like it works, especially since what I've been reading about the new list structure for 40k, where you get one named character, Boss Snickrot, and then you have 3 units. So that would be the Commandos, the Beastnaga Boys, and the Flash Gits. I also like the Flash Gits because they're pirates. I don't know if that does anything for them, but hey, it does. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Right off the bat, we can take a look at the sprues. We got our round bases. Okay, we got 35 and 25 millimeter bases. I'm going to kind of crack into this. I also bought myself, while I was over at the LGS, a one of these Citadel color base mounts for painting. So it should just snap right in there. And I should be able to hold this while I paint my model. But we're going to go and put this in so I don't lose the bases. Okay, so we're going to put that off to the side. So this is Snickrot, Boss Snickrot. I think this is his entire sprue, if I'm not mistaken, because here's his body, here's his leg, his backpack. It looks like he has 2 different heads, and he has this head right here, but I think that's because yeah, he's got the mask right down there. So I think if we're going to build anybody today, we're going to build Boss Snickrot. I think it's only right, but let's go ahead and put that off to the side and see what else we got. We have the sprues for, this looks like the Beastnaga Boys. Okay, so we got the Beastnaga Boys sprue. I like it that they keep all the sprues together. Okay, because this is the Beastnaga sprue. And this looks like, yep, this looks like the Commando sprue, which leaves, oh, here's more of the Commando sprues right down here. And then we got, I think this is the Flash Gets sprue right here. And then more Flash Gets. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so it looks like it gives you some instructions. We're going to pull those out right now. And then it gives you 2 sheets of transfer paper for the different clans. Our Beastnaga boys are going to be repping the Snakebite clan. But let's go and see what these little pieces of paper are. All right, so we have the instructions for Boss Snickrot. So if we come over here, we have the different heads that he can have. He can either have the head where his mask is up, the head where his mask is down, or a maskless head. I don't know which one we're going to go with yet. Normally, I don't like to put the models on the bases before I paint them. But I think that's mainly for my mounted ones, because I always found it easier to paint the mounted rider separate from the mount. So that's Boss Snickrot. Then we have the so then we have the instructions for the Beastnaga boys. Okay. So it shows you how to make the Beastnaga knob and then just a Beastnaga boy. Okay, so this isn't like a fold out. Okay, so this is like an actual book. Okay, so this one looks like it has a proper thump gun. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Alien Boy sent me a picture of his Chaos Turkey. Okay, so it looks like we have our Beastnaga boys with the thump gun, and then just a normal boy, and then it kind of shows you how they all are supposed to look afterwards. So that's nice. So there's a claw. There's the Beastnaga boy and the Beastnaga knob. I think we're just gonna do their base loadouts. Okay, so this is cool because it gives you the instructions for the Kill Team Commandos instead of like, I guess they're regular 40k commandos, because like they're interchangeable. So there are 2 ways to build the knob, it looks like. One with the axe and one with the crushing claw. I don't know which one we're going to choose. I kind of like the crushing claw. I don't know what the difference is. Let's see. So it shows you how to make the Commando boy. Or the Commando Slasher boy. I think we're going to go with Slasher. Slasher looks nice. Then you have the Commando Rocket boy or just a Commando boy. So this either builds a Commando boy or a Commando Sniper boy. Oh. Do I disqualify myself based on what variant I choose? I need to look it up. because you have either the Commando Boy or the Commando Breacher Boy. And then the Burna Boy. We're going to build a Burna Boy. They seem nice. Whoops, never realized you had to assemble the figurines. I thought people were just painting them. What's going on, Dark Spazio? No, yeah. So with Warhammer 40k, you have to build the models. Some people do 3D print the full model. Sometimes they 3D print them in bits and pieces and then glue them up afterwards. And if you're really good, you can get like plastic glue and go ahead and fill some of the gaps and stuff. We're gonna try to do that, but if not, we're just gonna take care of the mold lines. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday night. Thank you so much for stopping by, Dark Spazio. That looks cool. They look intricate. They are intricate. They're very intricate. Okay, so now we have the flash kits, which are our pirate boys. And I don't know what they do. Okay. Any non-specialists are pretty much for filling out a squad for 40k. They're more restricted than kill team. Oh, okay. So if I build my commandos like a kill team commando, well, I mean, it's just gonna be me and you playing Alien Boy. For those of you who don't know, Alien Boy is my usual 40k opponent. We play 40k together. We got to do that last night. That's why we weren't live last night. We were over at the local game stop playing some kill team. So it wouldn't really matter. I would point to all my kill team commandos and say they're commando boys. There we go. There are some people who are what is called WYSIWYG. There are people who play that way. It's WYSIWYG is what you see is what you get. So if it is a Burna Boy and looks like a Burna Boy and smells like a Burna Boy, it is definitely a Burna Boy. I just gotta figure out, cause okay, if you're looking to get into 40k and you buy one of these boxes, I think that it's a wonderful investment. Okay, picture this. All I wanted, really, was the Beast Snagga Boys, because I have a list that I'm building with Mazrok Scragbad, the big model that we painted, and I have my Squighog Boys, and they all fit the theme of the Beast Snagga Boys. And I wanted this, but for this would have been like $65 to get this. You get a kill team roster that you can immediately just field for kill team. You get a kill team roster. This is around about $50, right? And then you get your flash kits and your boss Snickrock. So you get a lot of value out of the new 10th edition box, from what I see. A lot of people are really excited about boss Snickrock. I am. I'm excited to paint him. He looks pretty cool to paint. So there we go. I'm gonna leave that out because we're about to use that here in a second. Because we have his sprue right here. Oh, and look at that. Alien Boy coming in with the save. Okay, so we got Shaka pistols, sluggas, big shooters, burnas. Okay, cool. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, the attack automatically hits the target. Love it. Custom shooter, big chopper, or rocket launcher blast. Breach Ram. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, the target does not receive benefits of cover against the attack. That's good. I think the only one that's not on here... Oh no, it's the Big Shooter. But I think it's different than the Kill Team Big Shooter, because Kill Team Big Shooter is the sniper rifle. So it's the scoped Big Shooter. So we'll just run that as just a Big Shooter. All right, and then Power Claw. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, it subtracts 1 from that attack's... each time an attack is made with this weapon, subtract 1 from the attack's hit roll. Oh, okay. And then we have Choppa. Each time the bearer fights, make 1 additional attack with this weapon. Okay, so... if we want to make the boss knob... Wow, that's... So, Alien Boy, maybe you can explain it a little bit better than I can. What's the benefit of taking a Power Claw in 40k over taking the Choppa? So if I want to Power Claw, harder to hit, but harder hitting. Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm okay with reduced hits. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to start with every model builder's favorite thing. We're gonna come over here and have it focus up a little bit. There we go. All right, so I want to get this in focus. Okay, so my favorite thing about building 40k is cutting them off the sprues. So what we're going to do is we got a couple tools here that we're going to be using. We're going to be using our sprue clippers. A nice little sharp bit of plastic clips, plastic snips. We are going to be using the ones from the Army Painter. Times 2 strength makes it strength 10, so anything toughness 5 or below gets +2 to wound, or T9 is +3, so you can just punch a hole in the tank. Never mind, we're going the Power Claw. Power Claw is best. So we got our Army Painter right here. Army Painter sprue cutters. We have a dull hobby knife, but it is still sharp enough to cut you. So whenever you are working with knives, please be careful. We're going to be using this to get some of the fleshings that are left on the model. We're going to try to clean those up without damaging the model too much. Some people like to use kind of like nail buffs, like soft files. I am, however, going to use just a little bit of I think this is 180 grit sandpaper, and we're going to just use that to file some of the mold lines down after we kind of get them manageable. Mold lines are just the name of the game. These are plastic, or they are resin pieces that are basically kind of made in a mold. When they were pewter, it was actually a lot worse. Pewters had so much fleshings that you could actually lose a lot of the detail in the modeling process, or you would have just big solid gaps, which is weird here. But like whenever it would look like there should be like an indent or fine piece of detail, the fleshing from the pewter would stick out. They were much harder to clean and fix than resin models. So here we go. So we'll always consult the handy dandy instructions. There's only really one way to build Snickrock except for the head. So you know what? This is perfect. This is perfect. This is going to be a chat. Okay. Can I start a poll? I will start a poll for you guys. You know. I'm let's see. How do I start a poll? What was the old way of... Did they get rid of that ability? Slash poll. This is how you know I've been here we go. Slash poll. Question: how should we build Snick Rock? Snick Rock. With mask. Mask on top of head. Without mask. And you know what? We're going to have the poll go for about 5 minutes. Just in case we got people who come in and they want to see it. So go ahead and vote. Let me see if I can get you like kind of an idea of... This is the mask, the head with the mask. So it takes up half his, like most of his face. This is the head without the mask. And then the default one right here is where he has the mask just kind of like on top of his head. So go ahead and do that. So it looks like we're going to have to clip piece 1, 2, and 3. Very simple. Okay, so when you're looking at a sprue, I don't know if you really can see it very well on the camera, but they do a nice little thing where they number sprue regions, right? So we know that if we're looking for sprue piece 1, 2, and 3, we look for the 1 right here, the 2 right here, and then 3 is right here. So we know that these are the pieces that we need. This is a little bit easier on a character because the character is normally just all in the same sprue. This looks like when he finally... I don't know if they're making single blisters of him yet, but he looks like he's just going to be in a single box. And then this is what it gets. Most of the time, what you find in the boarding patrol box is exactly what you're going to find in the actual boxes that you buy single. But they don't cut them in half. You know, fun fact, it can be mislabeled. Like on my turkey, part 15 was called 35 on the instructions. So the Chaos Turkey has been around for a while, so it might be they might just have been reusing old stuff. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and take our spruce shears. We're gonna find where the sprue is at its weakest. So most of the time it's going to be tapered like this. And then the sprue shears have a flat. Notice how they just angle, right? So we're going to take that flat angle and we're going to put it right here next to the sprue, and then we're going to go up, and I just cut it. Just kidding. I did. These are very sharp. Sprue shears is so incredibly British, says the guy who got defeated by the Oxford comma. Just kidding. I don't mean to at you like that. I'm sorry, boo. All right. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is after we've clipped it with the spruce shears, we're gonna come onto the back so we're not scratching up the front. We're gonna give it a little bit of a light push to see if we have gone completely through the sprue. Doesn't look like we have, so we're gonna go ahead and double check that. We're gonna come over here. And then looks like we forgot one down here. There are some people who like to do the pop out. Like you're popping out like cardboard pieces from a game board. Those people are what is known as chaotic evil. And we do not talk to those people. We do not talk to people like that, Timmy. Okay, so why do we have the it looks like we mask on top of the head, so we're gonna go for the default look. For 1 CP, I can call GW store and ask directly. Lol. So I don't know if you can see it a little bit on here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit closer. Actually, I don't want to do that because I am recording this because I'm hoping to do like a nifty little speed build, which is funny because we're not really doing it. But let me see if I can see that little white bit. That's not light, right? So if I come over here and cover, and you can still see the little white, that's actually what we're going to try to get rid of a little bit. That is called flashing and is just a byproduct of removing it from the sprue. That's where you can tell where the sprue was connected to the model. It looks like everywhere else was pretty much negligible. We got one right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of sandpaper. We're going to give it a little rub. If this was if this was on a front facing piece, I would not be using the sandpaper because you can scuff it up a little bit. But we just don't want to feel that flashing. So what that flashing is going to do is when we try to glue it, it's going to create a minor gap. There's going to be gaps anyways, because there are a bunch of different pieces that are going together. And there are people who make what is known as sprue goo, where they take plastic glue and they actually take the sprues, chop them up, dump them into the plastic glue, and let them cure for a couple days. What plastic gently rub it. What the plastic cement is going to do is it's going to melt this resin and mix in with the glue. So you basically now have a putty, and you're going to be able to some people use the Tamiya glue, so you have that little brush, and they will come over here and they will go along the contacts of where you're going to want to glue them, and it kind of fills in the gap as well. I don't have that. I don't have that luxury. So I'm going to show you how an average Joe might do it with a little bit of being extra, right? We're gonna come over here and we're gonna give this a nice little rub. Okay, just a little rub. Rub your finger over it. See if you feel it catch. You have thumbprints, so if any of the resin is sticking up, you'll feel it kind of tug a little bit. Well, I will, because I have calluses all over my hands, so my hands are rough. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna expect for what is known as mold lines, and it doesn't look like this bit actually has a lot of mold lines. Whoa. This mold line is actually not that bad. GW does sell liquid green stuff. So green stuff is a 2-part epoxy. It's 1 part green and 1 part blue. And you take the 2 bits and it's like plumber's putty. And you take them, you mix them together, and then you can then take it and fill certain gaps. A lot of people use green stuff also for kit bashing when they're doing custom stuff. I thought it was part stuff. Yes, part green, part stuff. The blue is the stuff. When they're kit bashing and they want to make a custom piece of the model, they will green stuff it, because when it hardens like a resin. GW makes liquid green stuff. It is not good. It is gloopy. It never really gets into the cracks. When it does, it leaves not a good texture. You have to work more for a worse result than you would have if you just glued it. And maybe you use just a little too much plastic glue, so it kind of bulges a little bit, but that's not bad because you're going to come in with your sandpaper and smooth it out. You know, you can do that. But yeah, this is plastic glue, by the way. This is not super glue. The difference between super glue and plastic glue is this. Plastic glue will melt the resin. Bulges. Plastic glue is going to melt the resin and basically create the bond that way. Super glue is the shit that was made back in World War II for liquid stitches. So if I get plastic glue on my fingers, while I glue my fingers together, yes, but it's not going to be as bad as doing super glue to where I need to go get nail polish remover and rub it between my fingers to get it undone. That also means plastic glue will never bond anything that's not plastic. So I found this out the hard way when I was trying to put pins in my models, put metal pins so I can put it on cork to basically do individual pieces without having to glue it onto the model. And I was like, oh, I'll just kind of put a little bit of glue, put a pin in. Made mistakes, so this is me teaching you my mistake. It won't bond it. It won't bond anything with plastic. So there you go. Teachable moment. Even though I'm teaching you guys literally how to build a model. If you've never built a model, this is fun. This is the best part. Other than painting, because I love painting. Some people don't like painting. Other than painting, this is the best part of the hobby. Coming in. Giving a snip here. Y'all, if you don't know whether or not this little tab on the bottom of the foot is supposed to be there, if it's part of the sprue or part of the model, flip it over. The sprue, if it's part of the sprue, will continue to taper. If it is supposed to be there, because let's say it's supposed to stand on some kind of insert or anything like that, it will end at that. So right here, it goes completely down and completely tapers. So we know we're safe to take our sprue shears and give it a little snap. It's a little bit thicker, but that's why we have sprue shears, and it'll be able to cut through that resin. And there we go. I got the second piece free. That was number 2. And now we get my favorite part. You start taking your 2 pieces and you see how they fit together. Right? You start putting them together. Okay? You see, all right. I'm seeing how this goes together. You always want to do like dry fits of the bits, because if you go ahead and you're like, okay, well, all right, I'm gonna glue and then I'm gonna we'll hold it, right? We'll just gonna hold it and just hope that it goes in the first time. You're gonna be wasting glue, and you might actually do what I've done before, where I didn't get on the contact of one of the pieces, so I had a big old gap like this because the super glue had dried, because I used super glue, not plastic cement. So we know that it goes like this, and the dry fit actually is a pretty snug fit, right? So we know that this is pretty nice. This is a pretty good fit. So the bottom of the feet aren't that isn't that important painting wise, because it's going to be glued to the bases. What's going on, Drake? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our sandpaper and we're going to give it a little rub on the bottom of the foot. And all we're doing is scuffing that up a little bit, so we know that when it goes on the base, it goes on pretty flat. All right. Which reminds me, let's go and see what size base Snickrock goes on. He goes on a 40 millimeter base, which actually I think is a little bit too big for my new Citadel paint, because he is this can hold a 20 millimeter base and a 35 millimeter base. I think 40 is just going to be a bit too big. That's what she said. So we can come over here and we can see that we have multiple bases. They got you. What happened to the pill poppers? The pill poppers, I'm still gonna use for non 35 millimeter bases. Okay. Do the flash kits go on 40 millimeter bases too? Because I have a lot of 40 millimeter bases. Okay, the flash kits go on 40 millimeter bases too. So that means this is the 25 millimeter bases for the Grot and the Squig. This is the 35 millimeter base for the Beast Snagga Boys and the Commandos. And this is the 40 millimeter base for Snickrock. Let me confirm. Oh, not 35, 32 millimeters. Okay, so we got them on 32s. And the Commandos go on 32 millimeter base as well. Base size does matter. In some games, 40K, I think it also matters because it's how you draw a line of sight and how you move. Bigger the base, easier it is to see you behind cover. Okay. Same with the other one. See, we got that little bit of flashing right here. Gonna give a little rub with the sandpaper. The other thing we can do, bases aren't used much for line of sight as the model in most scenarios is much more model for advantage in charging. Ah. I know in some games it is see base to base and you measure base to base. So if you're on a non proper base, you're actually either you're skewing the measurements. So if you put one of your big melee guys on a bigger base than they're supposed to, they can get into melee a little bit easier because you're measuring base to base. If I understand what Alien Boy is saying. All right. So what I did was I took my model knife and I just gently went over the plastic. The reason why I use an old dull X-Acto knife is I don't have to worry as much as with a nice sharp one is digging into the model, going a little bit too hard. And also it's really you can still cut yourself with an X-Acto knife, but it's not as bad cutting yourself with a dull X-Acto knife as you are cutting yourself with a sharp X-Acto knife. But it is still dangerous, so whenever you handle one of these, do so with care. If it makes you nervous, don't use it. Get yourself one of these. Hell. I actually don't think that this model of Swiss Army knife has a file. If you have a file on your nail clippers, that will also work as well. We're just looking to scrape off some of that flashing down there. We got some flashing right here. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of like we're peeling a pear or an apple. We're going to hold it so we have a little bit of control. We're just going to gently rub. We're just gently rubbing. I know that, we're going to have like a counter of how many times I say gently rub. Got a drink and watch John Wick 2. I'll drop in if you're still streaming. All right, Alien Boy. Enjoy John Wick 2. So I know we say gently rubbing a lot. At least 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. But we're not looking to dig into the model. So this actually has what is known as a mold line. So if I were to come over here and have it let me see if I can back up a little bit. Also, doing damn good today. If you asked how I was, I still am out of it. Oh, well, at least you're doing good. So you can kind of see it a little bit. It's right here along the inseam of his leg. There's a mold line. So how do we get rid of that? We're going to take our X-Acto knife and I'm actually going to turn on manual focus for this. We got ourselves a mold line. And just like a pear or an apple, we're going to just gently move the blade over that mold line, making sure not to dig into the model. We want to clean it up because when we paint it, right, it doesn't really make it, it doesn't matter now because it's gray. But when we paint it, it's actually going to show up like glaring. Because what it will do is when we're painting and we're trying to do like dry brush or highlights, it'll act as another part of the model's elevation, and you will end up dry brushing over the mold line, which makes it glaring. It'll really stand out when you're painting. So we take the extra time. And we're just doing it gently. We're not looking to dig into the model. We're only cleaning it up. You'll be able to tell mold line because it looks like it is not supposed to be there. So if we come over here and we look at the foot, that's not a mold line. That's actually a little bit of that detail on the steel of his toe. Okay. Well, here's the cool thing. This leg had a mold line. So now we can come over to this leg and kind of look at it as well. And what do you know? There's a mold line. This one's not as bad, but it could be pretty bad when we paint it. We're going to come over here and clean it up a little bit. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for coming out. This was a bit of an impromptu stream. I didn't think I was streaming tonight because I was a little bit tired. But then I decided to go to my local game shop here in the city. And because last night I saw that they had this 10th edition box, and it's sold out online, and you can't find it on Amazon or anything else. So I decided to treat myself and stream it. That way I can justify it. I'm streaming it to you guys. And I'm also recording it, so hopefully I'll be able to do kind of like a speed build video for YouTube. Okay, so we have the 3 bits right here. All right, I think that's as sharp as we're going to get on the model. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the plastic glue. We're going to start this sucker off by gluing. So we're going to next go ahead and reference the instructions. The instructions actually give you a good sense of where to put glue contact. So they're saying all along the inside of the chest piece, the butt, the groin of both sides, and put it together. Okay. So let's see if these two pieces fit together. They do. So I like to put glue wherever I see that there's big surface area. Some people might do it differently. If you do, go ahead and tell me in chat. This is just how I do it. I'm going to hold this until it cures a little bit. But it fits together really nice. We've already got some of the glue kind of doing a runaway. Okay. Next bit. So right there, we used a little bit too much glue on the back. What we can do is see if we can spread it out a little bit. But in a way that works also in our favor, because it'll also help fill in that gap. If you're just joining us, what we're doing is we're putting together the new boss Snickrot from the Warhammer 40k or 40,000 Orc Boarding Patrol. All right. The nice thing about plastic glue is it tends to tack rather quickly. That's why I don't know if you guys see it on the camera, but we see little stringies. That's actually from the glue tacking a little bit. I'm excited to paint this model. All right. Next thing I want to know is if I can get a 40 millimeter base on this. Ooh, it just maxes out at 40 millimeter. Never mind. It actually holds 40 millimeter. I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. Oh, look at that secret tech. It actually holds 40 millimeters. It actually holds 32 to 40 millimeter, which is nice. I still have my amber vials that I will put like tack on, but I should put a little section on my stream where I show what my other orc models look like. So far, we have Mozrog Scragbag complete. Hopefully, soon we'll sit down and do a painting stream where we finish off the Squighog boys. I am super excited for that. All right, so I think he's pretty much in a good place right now. We're going to back this out a little bit. And allow me to... This is going to be fun to edit later. Mainly because I am doing some lens shifts on the fly. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is we got his thump gun right here that goes on his back. But we also have his backpack. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to assemble his backpack first and then his thump gun. So we'll move his body over here. And then we got the sprues right here. So we need the bag, the blade, and the grapple hook. So we got the grapple hook. The bag, then we're going to go for the blade. All right. Just like before, we're going to come over here and we're going to take a look at the models, make sure that we don't have any flashings, but we do. We got one right here. We'll zoom in here for a second. So we got right there. It's actually significant enough that we can come over here with our spruce shears and pinch it. as a way to clean it up a bit. Then come in with the X-Acto knife. And just like peeling a pear or an apple. See if we can smooth it down. But it looks like it is a little bit resistant. So we'll come over here with some of our sandpaper. And we'll give it a good gentle rubbing. All right. Having to apply a little bit of pressure on this, which is always scary because this isn't like a strong piece of the model. Let's see if we can get this back into focus. There we go. Oop. Got a little bit of flashing right here. There we go. Oh, I see how it goes. It goes right here and becomes the full grappling hook. All right. One of these days I might pick up one of those soft sponge files and see how they go or how they work. All right, we're going to just very gently. I don't want to dig into this model. All right. So right here is where we're just going to gently go across to get the mold lines, because it's not a straight shot like the pants. This part of the model actually has a lot of texture on it, and I don't want to gash or dig into that texture, thus ruining the model. Okay, so we got little fleshing here that is still has a majority of the sprue. We're gonna come over here with the sprue shears. We can scuff up the sticky bomb. It's an orc. We can give it a little bit of a rough look. If you're enjoying what you're watching and you want to see more model building and painting streams, go ahead and drop a follow. Turn on notifications so you know when I go live. That's the easiest way to support. And it costs you nothing. It's completely free to hit that follow button. Then again, when you do hit that follow button, you actually sell me your soul. And then I use that as leverage against the demons of the warp to not claim my soul, but your soul instead. In dead? What? So, I make pacts with a bunch of the chaos gods. You know, Tzeentch is my go-to, but I could put a good word in with Papa Nurgle. But if you wanna fight, I know Khorne's always recruiting. Apparently, Khorne is trying to turn Commander Farsight of the Tau, which is going to be interesting. Does that mean we're going to get Chaos Tau? Are the Chaos Marines actually just going to kind of get like their own keyword where it's just Chaos Warrior almost? And any faction that has been turned to chaos could be included in their army? That would be interesting. Kind of reminds me of Chaos Warriors and chaos demons in fantasy. They could be included. You could include some of the chaos demons in a Chaos Warrior list, but you cannot include some of the Chaos Warrior models in a Chaos Demon list, which is weird. And I think Chaos Marines you can as well, but I haven't played 9th edition, so I wouldn't be able to tell you right off the top of my head. I like to paint the models. I've yet to play a game of 9th edition. I'm excited to see 10th edition. I'm more excited that I get to play one of my favorite factions, Orcs. I was very happy when I was able to get this this box, because you can't pre-order them online anymore. I just walked into my LGS yesterday and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll buy it. And I was like, no, I gotta be good. Then I couldn't help myself. I'm a weak and feeble man. I'm a slave to the gray. These mold lines are actually not that bad. So the way this is actually going to sit. This is going to sit. And the way it looks like, it's going to sit. Like this. Which I can see why they want us to put the gun on first. Okay. So what we're going to do I don't know how much of this is gonna. Oh, it stopped. It's not even recording. I guess I will save the VOD. Okay, so the glue kind of closed up the nozzle a little bit, so we're gonna come over here. I don't think people fuck it. Budget. All right. We're gonna come in here. Which is going to be very interesting to paint later. That just bugs me. But I gotta remember, my favorite YouTuber for painting minis is Ninjon, Ninjon. And if you want to just listen to his theories about painting minis and all that stuff, definitely go give him a listen, a check, follow him. He doesn't need me advocating for him. Like it, I just like him. I just enjoy him. But he does have some really good advice for new painters and new people to the hobby. And something that I need to constantly try to teach myself is these are very small models, right? Like, for reference, okay, here's the pen that I used to undo the glue in my glue neck, right? These are small miniatures. Do we want them to look good? 100%. I strive to paint them. My goal is not to win a game of 40K. My goal is to get someone to come over, respectfully ask me to pick up my model, but then pick up my model and just kind of be inspired to paint, you know? Because I was inspired to paint. So I want mine to look good, but the thing about painting that I need to get more, I guess, I need to bring it to the forefront of my mind is if you can't see it from 6 feet up, because that's where it's going to be, these things are going to be a table at your waist, right? So 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet away. And as I drop it and I bust off the glue, 4 feet, 6 feet away, nobody's going to look and see the bottom of that grappling hook. So, you know, they might if they pick it up, and I just see there's a mold line. And we'll clean that up while this is curing. If anything, painting a mini is more like abstract art. You know those art pieces on the canvas where you step back and you take a look, and you like defocus your eyes or unfocus your eyes, and you see the picture. That's kind of like what mini painting is, right? In this case, you look and you see whether or not it looks good from a table setting. You know, I'm not saying, oh yeah, just, you know, don't worry about that, make it look nice, or, you know, you don't have to make it look super nice. what I'm saying is you don't have to worry about every little detail. Because some of it is never going to be seen anyways. You'll know you didn't paint it, but most of the time, the person who picks it up won't even notice that stuff to begin with. There was a guy when I was growing up who would go to my local game shop where I grew up, and he taught people how to paint minis. He wasn't paid to do it, but he would show up on the at the game store, and he would have a mini painting class. I think he might have gotten store credit for it, but I don't think he was actually paid for it, like in a denomination. Just a little event that people came in. I think you could pay like $10, and you would just be able to sit back in the private room kind of deal, because the game shop had a private room. And he would just sit there and teach you how to paint models. I never was able to do it because I was in school, in high school, so I had to be a good lad and go to bed at a reasonable hour. But I would play Warhammer Fantasy, and he would come over and he would see my stuff, and he'd always invite me to come to his painting class. He's like, no, I really want you to come. You're really, really good. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy looking at your models. And I was like, oh, wow, that's really nice. And I'm looking at the guy, 2 tables over, who, painted his models way better than mine, but it inspired me to get better, to continue painting. And then I went on a hiatus for about 10 years because I moved to a place where tabletop gaming, wargaming wasn't a big thing. Okay, so we need number 4, the little thumb gun here. Ooh, okay. Let me see how extra I can be. I have an old Dremel. And I'm talking about old Dremel. My battery for my Dremel doesn't work anymore. That's how old it is. So what we can do, I'm actually going to use this fleshing as a way to mark it. We're gonna be extra, chat. I'm gonna draw the barrel of this gun. Once again, it is a detail that no one is going to see, but when somebody picks up the model, respectfully, of course, and asks whether or not, if you're at a local game store and you see somebody playing a war game, don't go up and grab their models, unless, of course, you ask them. One is they might be playing a game, and they need to know where they are on the base and where they are on the map. So ask them so they can go and grab a doofer base and just kind of switch it so you can see it. Don't go up and snatch somebody's model right off the table. They're liable to yell at you. Or worse, some people really don't like you touching their model without asking. If you did it to me, I would politely and gently encourage you not to ever do that again. And if you break it, you will most definitely buy it. And it won't be how much the model costs. You'll be buying me another boarding patrol. because that's what I paid for. My mother used to drill into my head, and I wonder how many other people's mothers did the same thing. Look with your eyes, not with your hands. Because when you're building models and even painting them, a lot of hours goes into doing that. And if you drop it, it's very disheartening. Give me a second. I'm gonna go grab my Dremel so I can see if we can drill out this barrel here. All right. We're going to come over here. We don't need a big one. It's not like Mozrog. So what we're going to do is... I'm actually kind of glad that the battery doesn't work on here. I do want to get this drill off of Amazon. It's like $50, but no, I don't have that kind of money because I spent the money on a box. Damn. In hindsight, it's like a pen size, and it's perfect for this scale of mini. Maybe I'll ask for it for my birthday. All right. me see if I can find the bigger coupling for the head. I know I had it because I was just working with it. Did I put it at the bottom of this? Oh, here we go. Ah, here we go. That's what we're looking for. I wanted to keep it close to me when I was working on models. If we were actually using the Dremel powered it actually might not be good because it would just go so fast. Oh, what was that? I guess that was the music. I might actually not be able to go up to the next size. We'll see. The resin's just soft enough that we could probably just kind of pour it out a little bit. And this is why I'm glad that we're not using this thing powered. There we go. Just a little detail. It's not exactly in the middle. But now the gun has an actual barrel. It's the little things, okay? I know I just said don't worry about the little stuff, but now we're worrying about some of the little stuff. Anything worth doing is worth doing to satisfaction. That's how I didn't say doing right. I said satisfaction. You don't have to do it right. Just do it to where you're satisfied. Need. Oh no. That's going to be weird. All right. So this is supposed to be placed right here. Hold on. Yes, according to my instructions, this is supposed to clip on right here. Okay. Let me smooth out a little bit. I appreciate everybody who's coming and chilling with us while we're putting together plastic models. If you're enjoying this, please, please. I appreciate you. Please, I appreciate you. Thank you. If you're not already following, go ahead and give me a follow. You know you want to. You know you want to just hear me explain to you all the fine aspects of building Warhammer 40k plastic miniatures. And this is not just stuff that you can do for 40k miniatures. You can do this for D&D miniatures, D&D miniatures that you get out of the little blisters and stuff. You can use this for them too. The ones by WizKid come kind of like put together, and they're all printed in one version, but they still have mold lines, right? You can still clean them up. There we go. So when I paint these, I'm going to paint them a little bit differently. And what I might do, I don't know how I'm going to stream, because if you can look over my shoulder, over there, you can see a little bit of reflective. That's actually my little paint booth that I have. I open up my window and get it very well ventilated in the room, and I airbrush prime. I don't know how to do that clean enough around my camera to trust it. So what I might do is I might prime these lads off screen, and then paint them, brush paint them on stream. But when I paint these guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime them black first. I'm going to give them a nice black prime. And then I'm going to come in with some matte white paint. Some people say, "Oh, go up to a mid-tone." Here's the fun thing about that. With a clacker can, yeah, go from a black to a gray to a white. With airbrushing, though, if you just dust whites, if you get a little bit of dust to make that mid-tone, it'll actually show up in dry gray because the white is thin enough not to be pure white. The more, of course, more concentrated you make it, you will then start getting the nice white shine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime it black, come in with some white paint, spray it, mask off. Hopefully it'll be easy to do. If not, we'll just do it. We'll mask off the things we don't want to get green, and then I'll come in with my dark green, mid green, and light green, and kind of work in that zenithal as well. That will all be done off stream, just because I don't have the space to kind of record that and show you guys on stream. But I can document the process with pictures and whatnot. Maybe I'll figure it out. I don't know. I'm just worried about my expensive camera being around my airbrush, because sometimes it can be messy. But we'll for sure be doing like all the brush painting here on stream. Look at that. 2 hours in, we got the body almost done. So the next step in the instructions is to go ahead and put the backpack on the model. So we're going to do that. And then it is putting the top of the backpack and his arms, then his head, and then we plant him on his base. Okay. There we go. Kind of get him sitting on his base. He's actually a very balanced model. All right, so while that bag is curing, we're going to move him off to the side. We're going to pop the rest of this stuff off the sprue. I think the only ones we're not going to do... Oh, no, we can do that. We're gonna go for a little bit of a sharper X-Acto knife because there were some parts that we have bigger flashings. All right. All right, so this is the smoke that sits at his feet, kind of deal. All right. Remember to take this cleaning step of your model very carefully and slowly. It's not a race. Nobody's rushing you. You're dealing with a very sharp object. I've been cut by an X-Acto knife quite a few times, and every time I got cut by an X-Acto knife, it never really staunches. Like, it doesn't stop bleeding right away. And it's like, it's not like a big gash, but it's also not a paper cut. It's worse than a paper cut. So right here we got like a bit of the spruce still left on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and go boop, and try to get anything that gets caught in those spruce shears. Then we come in with the X-Acto knife. All right. Use the spruce shears as a way to pinch the fleshings off. And see, that's when you can get into some trouble. My hand slipped with the X-Acto knife. I just kind of gashed the tip of that blade. Doesn't look that bad. That's why you go slow. But even the best of us, I'm not saying I'm the best, but I've been doing it for a while. Our hands kind of slip a little bit. Stab. Okay. This is my process of cleaning a model. If you're still around, thank you so much for being around. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody who is in chat, just watching. Maybe they have me on in the background. Maybe they're painting. Maybe they're cleaning models of their own, prepping them up for the paint stage and build stage. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm just getting to the final parts of this build stage. If you ever do take your file or your sandpaper and scuff it a little bit too much, if you take your X-Acto knife and kind of rub it over the resin, you can actually smooth that out a little bit. Okay. So I gotta see how. So it must be this one. I don't know why they broke up this part of his arm. Makes no dollars. Well, actually makes him a lot of dollars. What am I saying? Oh. We just got some glue on our fingers. When that happens, you kind of want to be careful where you touch the model, because you can start leaving fingerprints. This water I have is my painting refill water. So it's not like I'm just putting it in my finger in a water bottle in which I'm going to drink out of later. Might have to come back in here when it dries a little bit. I'm just gonna run it over. Maybe we use a scarring tissue. I'm so silly. I literally have tweezers. Okay. Well. I was about to be like, oh, why did he come off his base? Oh, I see. All right, so we have a little bit of flashing right here. I was causing an unnecessary gap. Okay. So that'll get him right here. Okay. Also enjoy that somebody took the time to model like a book and something in the backpack, but you'll never see it. I guess there was an option at one point to have it like open up. Okay. There we go. Okay. So we're just kind of dry fitting the arm. There is a sweet spot. All right. So now the what won the poll was, am I able to go and look at what the poll was? I think it was with roof mask on top. Let me see. Is there... Oh, here we go. Mask on top of head. That's what it is. All right. So what that means is we need this head, the mask. All right. So same as before, we're going to look to clean up this model. All right, there we go. What a sculpt. What a sculpt, chat. That is one beautiful Mother Orkin sculpt. Sculpt. We're not done. We gotta put him on his base. I think this is the 40 millimeter. There needs to be only so many. There's only so many flash kits. Let me make sure. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flash kits. So there's 5 40 millimeter bases, and then one more for Snick Rock. I wonder if I I kind of like the idea. Maybe have the smoke bomb in the back. Because if I put the smoke bomb in front of him, it's going to be hard for me to get to certain details. So I'm actually going to leave the smoke bomb off until he's fully painted. All right. All right, so we're going to put some glue on the flat bits. So we're going to try putting the basing, hopefully not where we get on his skulls, but if so, we can make it look like he's kind of going through the mud. that cure. And now that we're done with this sprue, the sprue can now go into yield sprue box. You can actually hold on to the sprues and use them for sprue goo. These little extra bits are ironically called bits. I like to hold on to them. You never know when you need extra bits of an orc. All right. Let's dial this in. So here we go. The first model out of the box, Boss Snikrot. Boss Snikrot is now fully built, ready for the painting table. He's going to be very fun to try to paint. Can't wait to see how he turns out. Watch, I pop him off his base now. All right. So we got Boss Nick Rot done. I think the next model that I want to do is the Boss Knob for the Commando. All right. I'm trying to decide whether or not we have enough time. Oh, yeah, we kind of have it. Yeah, we have enough time. All right, so we need parts 108, 110, and 109. 108. One oh eight. Let's see, what else do I need? 109 and 110. Oh, here we go. 109. And then we need 110. One ten is a piece of his belt. Now we get into the harder bit of building a model off of a big sprue. Is now we got to look at all the numbers. So actually, we need 111 because this is his backpack. Let me make sure that there's not another sprue. There is. Watch, it's going to be on this one. Yep, there it is. We need 112, 117. Then we get an option of scope. Oh, here's 112. Oh, and there's the scope that I want. 119. Right next to 112. Let's go ahead and put them in focus. His gun that we're looking for is 117? Yes. Awesome. All right. So we got that. Need to keep the smoke grenade with boss Snickrot. Okay. I think his power claw is 120, 122, 121, and 123. So we got 121 right here. Oh, here we go. 120. So 120, 121, 122, and then 123. I'm gonna laugh if they mixed it in with a different unit sprue. They shouldn't have. Okay, here's 123. Oh, here it is. 122. We gotta make him waste down his proper killie. Alright. Now that I showed you guys how to do the process, I'm gonna go real quick and try to clean this model as much as possible. My goal is not to go so fast I make a mistake, but be just enough to be efficient, because I do have to get up early tomorrow. But I think we can go for another 30 minutes before it's absolutely imperative that I end. Okay. Made a little bit of a bruise still left on it. Go ahead and clean that. All right. Let's glue the leg on. Oh, and I just got glue all over the model. All over the front of his crotch. We'll have to do a little extra cleaning. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna continue cleaning this up a little bit. Okay. There we go. All right. Gotta clean up this arm. So with this gun, I don't know if we can drill into the barrel like we did last time because it actually has a hollow muzzle. So if we're not careful, we could end up snapping muzzle. Okay. Go ahead and smooth this out a little bit. Okay. Okay. It's a surprisingly very clean model. bit. All we got is the fleshing right here. Not really a mold line to be found. Oop, there's a little fleshing right here. Just a little fleshing. There we go. Oh, we're missing the most important part, his head. That is piece number... Let's see, it's 114... So 113 and then 115. Okay, so here's 113. And then we need 115. The boarding patrol box comes with 28 models. Well, we almost got 2 down, so 26 more to go. There we go. Oh, There we go. Okay, so what we'll do. I think we go. Okay, so that's where that goes. I have to give him a nice little cleaning before I paint him. But almost done here. Watch, I missed a step. Oh no. Ended up throwing it. Jeez. All right. All right. What's going on, Alien Boy? Welcome back. How was John Wick 2? We finished up Snick Rot. I think the only thing I didn't want to glue the smoke bomb to his base until after he was painted. Well, we watched one. Apparently, watched the last half of 3 and thought it was one. Lull. I mean, it's the same concept. All right. So right now we're building our last model before I have to end stream and get ready for Betty Bye. And that is our commando knob. I just liked the loadout of the commando knob last night so much. Gotta love a power claw. Oh. Well. It does work. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to have both arms cure at the same time. I just don't think that there's enough glue on the actual arm bit. There we go. There'll have to be some cleanage. There we go. Well, now I don't feel as bad missing the workouting for main event. Why is Zip not with us? Well, you see, he bought himself some models and he wanted to go home and paint them. I'll just stream them. I actually enjoyed streaming the build of models. Might do that tomorrow. Would have been easier if they stopped changing the times 100%. I actually don't know if I like this hydraulic hose on the side of the power claw. I feel like it gets in the way. I feel like it's gonna get in the way too. While painting. Well, I have time tomorrow to futz around with it. All right, so the last bit that really needs to go on is the head. You forgot it had to? I noticed that. I liked the way that you had yours better. Or it was just the crusher arm. I don't know if I really like this piece. I like the way you did it better. Well, think of it this way. Now we can do orcs versus orcs kill team. Well, 2 models down, 26 more to go. Only 26? Yeah, there's 28 models in total. There's a full unit of Beast Naga Boys. So that's 10 Beast Naga Boys. There's a full unit of commandos. So that's 11 models, like a full unit, like with the grot and the squig. So that's 11. So that's 21. There must be an extra one somewhere because it's the 10 Beast Naga Boys, the 11 commandos. That's 21. Boss Snickrot. That's 22. Then there's 5 flash gits. And that's 27. What am I missing? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, there's 12. Okay. There's 12 commandos. I love the subtle flex on Death Guard players by saying full squads. Lol. So there's 12 commandos, 10 Beast Naga Boys, that's 22. Boss Snickrot. That's I like Hefe Snickrot. So that's 23, and then the 5 flash gits. That is 28. There are 28 models in this boarding patrol box. All I care about is the full squad of Beast Naga Boys. Everything else is a bonus. I think I can say that this is a wonderful value. Right? So I need to see how many points I have, including Mazrog, and the Squighog boys. I think I have almost 1,000 because with the Squighog boys, boarding patrols are all close to 500. Okay, that's good to know. So I think I have almost like 700 points. I'll have to check. Because I have Mozrog Scragbad. I actually don't know if I can run Snickrot and Mozrog together in the same list. There was something though that they changed for 10th edition that I'm going to have to take a look at and see. You can have one hero, one named character. If that's the case, I'll just run Mozrog. If I'm running Snickrock, I'll run Mozrog as a beast boss on a Squigosaur. Same model, same size. But all right, I'm gonna let you guys go because I have to get up in the morning early. But I will be live tomorrow evening with some more builds. And then once I have these built, they can join up my pile of gray shame. Then we'll finish my Squighog boys. And then I think the first model I want to paint definitely is Snickrot. So we'll have to see. I do appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you so much. If you like the building and you want to see more of it, let me know. Only restriction in 9th is same culture in the same detachment if they are forced culture ones, but you can still use CP to bring an auxiliary. Okay. Well, we're going to have to talk about how to do that. Because I would like to do, if anything, Mozrog with the Beastnaga boys and the Squighog boys. Make them snake bites. And then, the Flash gets the... Oh, are commandos regular troops or are they specialists? I'll have to check. Also, I don't know what the Flash gets are under. I'll have to take a look at that on Wahapedia and see what I can build. But then I could run Snickrot and them in another detachment. So then we had that kind of theme. Commandos are elites, okay. And I think Flash gets are specialists. That makes sense because you got the Beastnaga boys, which are troops, commandos, which are elites, and then the Flash gets are heavy support. That's what it is. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to relearn everything for 10th anyways, or we just play 9th. But I think we will have more than enough to play like a small game, at least. So there we go. All right. If not, we'll just play fucking kill team. I have technically a kill team. Technically, I got a kill team. They're all commandos. So I really enjoyed playing commandos last night. I think they're really fun. I want to see what more they can do. And yeah. But all right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great night. I appreciate you guys. I'll hope to catch you guys tomorrow for another build stream. Have a good night.